Hello grade 12s. Today we'll be joining Lebogang and Thandi as they investigate if Lebogang can afford to own a car. Let's see what the calculations tell them.
Hey, Lebo! Perfect timing!
Hey!
Thanks.
Glad you got everything you were looking for.
And you?
Oh, and yeah, I found loads of cars that I love. I just couldn't find something that suits my pocket.
How much can you afford?
Wait, listen to this. Definitely something not more than 2,000 rands a month. Killed him. Hi, Mr. Dadu. Yeah. No, well, I'll come. Yeah, what year model is that? yeah, that sounds like it. All right, I'll be there right away. Thank you, bye. I got to go. Just, around the corner, now, there's a car dealer. I have to go there.
All right.
I'll see you later.
All right, bye.
I have a deal. 2000 model Fiat. Shiny red and best of all, front load CD player.
How much?
That's 1,720 rands, 92 cents per month. It's not bad at all. But anyway, I have 10,000 rands at the bank that I can use as a deposit.
How many months or probably years will you be paying this amount?
Well, I didn't ask the guy, but he worked out something on his special financial calculator. He said a lot of complicated formulas that are programmed in his calculator. But wait. Yes. This is what he worked out.
Well, it says here that you'll pay 1,720.92 cents over 60 months. That's 5 years. And that includes your deposit.
Yeah, but that's too long. By that time, I'd probably want to buy a new car already.
Well, according to this, the cash price for the car is 80,000 rand. So let's work out how much you'll actually pay over 5 years.
Okay.
You'll just work on that piece of paper. There we go.
All right.
Multiply a monthly installment of 1,720.92 by 60.
It's equal to 103,255 rands, 20 cents.
Now add your deposit of 10,000 rand.
113,255 rands, 20 cents.
And then subtract the cash price of the car, which is 80,000.
Minus 80,000 rand. That is 33,255.20 cents. What's the point?
The point is that over 5 years, you'll have paid 33,000 rand more than the original purchase price.
Hey, I didn't think about that.
Before Lebogang buys the car he is looking at, he needs to be sure that he can afford it. He needs to work out a budget which weighs up his income against all his expenses on a monthly basis. He needs to be sure that his monthly expenses are not more than his monthly income. Lebogang has shown us his income and expenses so that we can help him work out what he can afford. His monthly salary as a teacher is about 9,000 rand. He also receives a little bit of interest on an investment that he has made. This comes to about 120 rand a month. So his total monthly income is 9,120 rand. His expenses include a home loan of 680 rand. His medical aid contributions and additional medical costs come to about 600 rand per month. He has a weakness for clothes and he spends 800 rands a month on clothes. He bought some lounge furniture last year and he's still paying it off at 500 rands a month for this. His taxi fares to and from work for a month come to over 800 rand a month. Like most of us, he has been affected by the petrol price increases. He spends about 2,000 rand a month on food, and once a month he likes to eat out and go to movies. He makes sure he doesn't spend more than 200 rands on this outing. His last expense is the electricity and water bill, which includes rates and taxes. This comes to about 300 rand a month. Now we have a better idea of what Lebogang might be able to afford. Let's see what monthly amount he can afford to pay on a car. He has 9,120 minus 5,880 left. That comes to 3,240 rands. Well, that seems to be plenty. It looks like he can afford the car he looked at. The monthly repayments are just under 2,000 rand. But wait, we haven't considered the running costs of the car. Lebogang will be driving about 50 kilometers a day during the week and about 100 kilometers a day on the weekends. That's quite a lot of traveling to consider over a month or a year. In a month, there are about 22 weekdays and 8 weekend days. So Lebogang will drive about 1,900 kilometers in a month. In a year, he will be traveling 12 times 1,900 kilometers, which comes to 22,800 kilometers. Lebogang needs to know how much petrol he is likely to use over a month. He also has to consider that the car needs to be serviced now and then. The AA, the Automobile Association of South Africa, has worked out some average costs for motorists depending on what car they drive and what their mileage is. Here are the AA rates for vehicle operating costs taken from June 2008. Let's see if we can use them to work out what Lebogang can expect his running costs to be. Using the AA tables, we can start with the fixed cost of the vehicle. These costs are worked out using 3 things. The fact that the car's value is depreciating all the time, the cost of insurance, and the cost of the car license. To use the table, we find the price of the car in the first column. Lebogang's car costs 80,000 rand, even though it comes to far more than that if he pays it off monthly. So, according to the AA, Lebogang's fixed costs are 143 cents per kilometer. So we can multiply that by 22,800 kilometers, and that comes to 3,260,400 cents. That's a huge number, but it's still in cents. So let's divide by 100 to get rands. That's 32,604 rands. So that's nearly 3,000 rand a month that Lebogang hasn't considered in his budget. And we haven't even come to running costs yet. The running costs depend on the size of the engine of the car. The bigger the engine, the more expensive it is to run the car because it will use more petrol. Lebogang's car has an engine size of 1300 cc. According to the AA tables, there are 3 costs to consider. The petrol will cost about 7.69 cents per kilometer. The service and repair costs will be 15.14 cents per kilometer, and the cost of replacing tires works out to about 6.55 cents per kilometer. For the total running costs, use the formula A times petrol price plus B plus C. The petrol price changes all the time, but for now we will use an estimate of 10 rand per litre. To find the petrol costs, we need to multiply the petrol factor by 10 rand per litre. The factor has been worked out so that your answer will be in cents per kilometer. That comes to 76.9 cents per kilometer. Now we can work out the total for A, B, and C. It will be 76.9 plus 15.14 plus 6.55, and that will be in cents per kilometer. Over a year, that will come to 2,247,852 cents. Divide by 100 to get an answer in rands. That will be 22,478 rands 52 cents. We can divide by 12 to find a monthly cost of 1,873 rand 21 cents. Now we have the running costs and the fixed costs per month. Adding them together, we get 4,590 rands and 21 cents. This isn't looking good for Lebogang. His other monthly costs came to nearly 6,000 rand, and his car repayments are just under 2,000 rand. That's already nearly 8,000. Add this amount to it, we get over 12,000 rand. It will help a little to subtract his taxi fares. We can assume he won't be traveling by taxi anymore. That comes to more than 11,000. We'll have to break the news to Lebogang. Either he must find another 2,500 rand per month from somewhere, or he must have another look for a cheaper car. I think Thandi has made Lebogang aware of some of these costs. They are discussing insurance right now.
Did you just take in a higher deposit, or maybe wait a while and save enough so you can buy the car cash? I mean, that way it will be much cheaper. And I mean, there are other costs to consider, like the car service, fuel consumption, and how much the car will depreciate over the years. And don't forget insurance.
Wow, insurance. I never thought of that. I wonder if men get lower rates than women because we make better drivers than women.
What?
This is the guy from the car dealership. Hello, Mr. Dadu. Yeah? Okay. Okay, thank you. Bye.
What's happening?
Well, he's given me figures. If I pay 15,000 rands as my deposit,
And?
it lowers my monthly installment to an amount of 1,597 rands 99 cents, and that's still over 5 years.
I wonder what the total price is then.
Okay, let's work it out. So 1,597.99 multiplied by 60 is equal to plus 15,000 deposit is equal to 110,879 rands 40 cents.
And if you subtract the 80,000 rand, you'd pay if you had the cash.
80,000, 30,879 rands 40 cents, and that's what I will pay as an interest.
Ah, that's 2,000 rand less than with a smaller deposit.
It seems it's only when you've got money that you can save money.
People with money get better interest rates than people without.
I'd better enjoy this cake. This may be my last piece for a while.
Wow, talk about beautiful cars. Look at that.
In this lesson, we have calculated the costs involved in running a motor car.
Thank you for joining us, Grade 12s. Remember, the task for this section can be found in the Working with Inflation, Interest and Banking task video. You'll also be able to learn more on our website, www.mindset.co.za/learn. Goodbye.